Alright, this is section 1.2, adding and subtracting complex numbers. Remember, standard form of a complex number is this form. We've got A plus BI. I'm just using letters instead of numbers. An example would be 3 plus 5i. Right? That's an example of a complex number. You've got a real part, the 3, and you have an imaginary part, the 5i. Together it makes a complex number. 3 plus 5i. You could have negative 2 minus 4i. Right? Negative 2 is the real part. Negative 4i is the imaginary part. Okay? When we start talking about adding and subtracting complex numbers, right, then we're going to put all this stuff together. An example would be 5 plus 6i plus 3 minus 2i. Here I have a complex number, another complex number, and I'm adding them. It's very important for you to understand what operation is going on in the middle of these two complex numbers. Right? I'm adding these two things together. It's very easy. We're going to combine like terms, just like we would if there were x's and y's, if they were variables. I'm going to say 5 plus 3. My real terms. I've got to combine my real numbers, and I get 8. Then I combine my imaginary numbers, and I say 6i plus negative 2i, and I get what? 4i. Very good. So my answer is 8 plus 4i. That is the new complex number that I get when I add these two complex numbers. Anything hard about that? No, you're combining like terms. Get your real numbers together, get your imaginary numbers together. Okay, questions? How do things change when I do subtraction? Well, let's look at an example. 4 minus 3i minus 3 plus 3i. Okay, now the operation in the middle is subtraction. We've got to remember to do what? It's a math word. It starts with a D. What do we have to do with that? There's negative. We've got to distribute it. If you don't remember to distribute it, you're going to get it wrong. If I just do the negative on this 3 and not the 3i, I'm guaranteed to miss this problem. I've got to remember to distribute. Write it down. Put it in your notes and circle it. Okay? Very important to distribute when you have a negative. The negative has to go to both things. Okay? You're subtracting one complex number from another. So here we go. 4 minus 3. What is 4 minus 3? 1. And then I have negative 3i minus 3i. What's going to happen? Do I get I? If I have $3 and I subtract $3, do I get $1? What do I get? 0. So the answer is 1. The i's cancel out. I didn't intend for that to happen, but the i's cancel out and we get nothing. The answer is 1. So it ended up with a real number, right? Questions? Any questions? The important thing to remember here, guys, is to distribute that negative. If I forget to and I just say negative 3i minus 3i, I'm going to get negative 6i. I'm going to get it wrong. Okay, you've got to distribute the negative. Questions? You clear on that? You want to see another example?
Yes.
Let's do another example. I see some muddy water out there. Let's see. 6 plus 2i minus negative 4 minus 6i. Try that one now at your desk. Try that one. On your own. You try it now at your desk. 6 plus 2i. 6 plus 2i minus negative 4 minus 6i. Tell me what you get. Pennington, tell me what you get here. All right, well, let's work together up here. Tell me what you're going to get with the real numbers.
10 or
6 minus negative 4 is 10, correct?
What'd you get? 8?
2i minus negative 6i would be positive 8i. Correct. Okay, good job. Questions?
You probably work.
Positive 8i. Okay, anybody else? Questions? All right, the only way that they can make this difficult in the book is they do problems that look like this periodically. And I don't like them when they write them like this, but I don't have any control. Sometimes they do them like this, right? And it's the exact same problem. They're just rewriting the order and kind of mixing it up, trying to throw you off. The problem's easy enough. They're just trying to make it a little difficult. First thing you have to ask yourself is, what is the operation that's going on? Are we adding things or are we subtracting things? We're adding because of that positive symbol right there. That tells us we're adding. So we've got to say 6 plus 3 and get 9. Right? Combine your like terms. 6 plus 3 and get 9. Then we say positive negative 2i, and then negative 2i is going to be negative 4i. You have to make sure that you understand that that positive has to go with it. Positive doesn't change anything, so you're looking at negative 2i and minus 2i. You're still combining your like terms. It's exactly like these type problems. It's just written funny. I don't like it. You might see it on the test. You might see it on the EOCT. You might see it again. That's why I'm showing it to you. Okay? Let's do another example with subtraction. Let's see here. 4 minus 3 minus 2i plus 3i. First thing you have to ask yourself is, what is the operation? Are we adding or are we subtracting? What are we doing? We're subtracting, right? That negative right there tells us that we're subtracting. Right? So what are we going to subtract? What's the first thing we're going to subtract? 4 and the 3, right? The 4 and the 3. And we get 1. Right? Then what are we going to do? We're going to say negative 2i and positive 3i. Negative 2i and positive 3i. And what does that give us? 5i. Positive 5i. Exactly right. Is that so hard? No, it's just written different. It's just, I don't want you to see it and say, I don't know what's going on. Okay? All right, so what do we get done just doing? Adding and subtracting complex numbers. What do you think we're going to do tomorrow? Come on, guys. Multiplying and dividing. You see how easy it is? And that's the chapter. Test on Friday. Okay? Now, multiplying and dividing is a little harder, obviously, than adding and subtracting. But that's it in a nutshell. Okay? All right, what I want you to do, this is page 7 in your workbook. You need to look up here or look in your workbook. I want you to try these 2 problems. I just want you to practice and try these 2 problems on page 7 in your workbook.